And I think it's important for our audience and especially members of Congress to hear what the typical investor is or looks like. Could you just share some light on that? I know you guys have a lot of members, and then maybe talk about how many members you currently have, and then maybe we can put out a plug where investors can go and sign up.
Sure. Yeah. So our investors really, just the DNA of this AIIA, the organization, is simply that we represent investors regardless of their country of origin or country of birth. So we have investors from, the obvious, top nations that currently subscribe to this program, namely, India, China, Vietnam. But then also all the others that you would think of. We have investors who, and very actively participate from Singapore, from Hong Kong, from Australia, from Canada, like myself, New Zealand. So we really have, a fairly diverse set of investors that are, members of this organization. And in terms of memberships, it may be something we'll talk about later on in this show here. But we are working on some membership program specific to those that could be tailored to like I said, the full life cycle of the investor journey. So we're sort of in the early innings of developing something. Right now our focus is obviously what's in front of us right now in terms of reauthorization, but once the dust settles on that, we do look to come out with a comprehensive membership program. But yeah, so going back to your question, the people that are behind, EB-5 are obviously from a country of origin perspective, they're quite diverse. But those that are in the United States, these are tax-paying people, tax-paying residents of the United States. A lot of them work in the medical profession, the COVID frontlines. We have members who are interventional cardiologists. We have members who are doing research on pharmaceuticals as it relates to COVID. We have obviously a lot of folks that are from the tech community. So it is quite broad and diverse, even for those that are currently in the U.S. on different statuses.
And to add to that, a lot of those investors, especially the ones who are in the U.S., are the biggest and best advocates for us. When we get on calls with Senate staffers and members of Congress, what we do is we usually bring on some of these investors, especially investors who live in their districts of these respective Congress people, and we show them that, look, this is your future resident. This will be a citizen someday. He's going to be a donor. He's going to be a voter, and he's the kind of person who is affected by the program lapse. He is the kind of person who's affected by slow processing times. And this is your constituent. You should uphold your responsibility to them. And that is, I feel, it makes the biggest impact. It's one thing when an issuer or developer or someone approaches a congressperson, and that's great, and they can do that. But as an immigrant with our individual stories, I feel like that is what makes the biggest and best impact when it comes to actual advocacy of this of EB-5, and helps change the perception that this isn't just a cash for visa scheme for ultra wealthy immigrants. These are folks who work hard, who love this country, who want to do good for it, who've invested $500,000 with the hope that it would benefit the U.S. economy and benefit their families. So that is the point that we try to get across when we do our advocacy work.